Welcome into Red Empress Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a reader, and a healer on the twin flame path myself, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I believe that if you have found this video and this channel, you've been guided to do so. If you love the content, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. Make sure that you tap into your intuition. Make sure that you are following your internal guidance. It's really important. And every thumbs up to the video is so valuable. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. Hello, everybody. Welcome to your channeled messages reading. This is for the Twin Flame Collective that is in separation. And we're doing channeled messages from your person. So watcher, we're asking spirit for messages. What would your person say to you if they could speak up right now? Or, you know, if they're unavailable to do that for whatever reason. We all have different reasons that communication is challenging in these connections. I think we all know that. So we can get a little sneak peek into what your person would say if they could, or what they really want you to know right now. So I'm going to start off with a little Palo Santo to clean this space. Just get that going here. Oh, you guys, while I'm doing this, I have decided, I know that my channel is still really small, but I'm ready. So I'm going to start doing live readings this coming Thursday. They'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So for those of you on the East Coast, if you're in the US, it'll be a little bit later, 9 o'clock for you. If you're over here on the West Coast of the US, it'll be 6 o'clock for you. And then different places in the world, you'll have to kind of look at your world clock and find out what that is for you. But I'm going to be doing a live reading. It'll be a check-in, divine masculine, divine feminine, to find out where the connection's at right now. So it's just going to be a basic check-in like that. And then at the end of the reading, for the first 10, I think, readings, for the first 10 lives that I do, so that's what, 2.5 months, I'm going to do a free question for each watcher that wants to ask a question in regards to something in the reading. So it'll be one question per person, no charge. I'm just going to interact with you guys one-on-one. I'm really looking forward to that. A little bit for me, a little bit for you, and I think we're done with that. But I just got ash everywhere. Okay. So that'll be a lot of fun to get to interact with you guys one-on-one. Hey, there might not be a lot of people there. That's fine. I'll interact with whoever shows up. If it's just me and the crickets, that's okay too, because the reading will be recorded and it'll be, uploaded just like any other reading. So that'll be available to watch after the live as well. Okay, so let's get into the channeled messages. And I'm also at like 366 subscribers or something like that. So when I get to 400, I'll be doing another mini reading giveaway, one of those 3 card draws with clarifiers. The last few that I did, I really, really enjoyed doing. I love the one-on-one interaction. I really feel like I can get in there and help people in a really significant way. You can always buy a private reading from me if you want, but I like to gift things, so I'm looking forward to the next, when I hit that 400 subscribers, getting to know another one of you one-on-one a little bit and helping you out a little bit. All right, let's see what we've got. I'm going to start with, on the channeled messages, I always start with the shadow cards. And these are the All Things Intuitive cards. She has made several really good decks that I use often for my channel messages. Shadow, if you haven't seen my readings before, I always try and start with the shadow, because shadow is what we come here to work on. We have soul contracts when we come to this plane of existence, to this human experience, things that we want to work through and help us ascend, right? And so shadow are those things. Some of the things, it seems like we're kind of accumulating them as we go in our lifetime, but often it's actually brought forth from another lifetime, things we didn't clear. So shadow is really important to pay attention to. You don't ever want to sweep it under the rug. You really want to pull that out into the bright light of day, look at it so you can work on it, heal it, clear it. So let's see, we're asking Watcher, what does your counterpart want you to know about the shadow work in this connection right now? Okay. I need to focus on my healing. So Watcher, your person is super focused on their healing right now. So if they're not communicating with you, if you don't feel a lot of close connection right now, it's because they're focusing on their healing. And the reason they're able to focus on their healing is because you have or are focusing on yours. Okay? That's important to know. Let's get one more shadow. I mean, as shadows go, this is beautiful. Really, really nice. I just did the mirror message a while ago for this week, and there was some really heavy shadow that came out, and it was really a good thing to open that up and talk about it. I talked about it for a long time, I think, but you might want to go back and check out this week's mirror message too. It really was a good one this week. Okay, Watcher, what does your counterpart want you to know about shadow work this week? I'm waiting for an apology. Someone in this connection, a Watcher, I don't know if it's you or if it's your person. Someone, and you're going to know, right? You're going to know who is owed an apology here. Maybe you're both owed an apology, but there is someone in particular in this connection that is really hanging back and waiting for an apology from the other person. Look, when we have connections that are this complicated, like a twin flame connection, we do trigger each other, we do hurt each other, we do. And it's usually because we have some kind of pain that we're experiencing, and our twin flame is the closest person to us on the planet. And if you think about like a relationship between a child and a parent, and that's how I used to actually try and explain to people what my twin flame connection was, because in the early days, I didn't understand even the words twin flame. I had no idea. And I'd be talking to friends and family after the separation when I was so devastated, and I was in depression and these dealing with really hard things, and the people around me didn't understand. And so I tried to, just with a few people, not very many, but I tried to explain it to someone in a way that they would understand it. And I would say, look, it's like I feel about my own child. Like I'm a mother, right? And there's this bond between you and your child that's unbreakable. There's a special relationship there that is unconditional love, that is transcends all, right? And I try to explain to people, it's like how I feel about my twin is how I feel about my child. There's this unbreakable bond there, and no matter what happens, I always love them. I may not accept certain behaviors. I may not stick around for certain behaviors, but the love doesn't go away, you know, and it makes it really, really hard to move on and go, you know, do your life without them, because you do feel such an incredible pull. I mean, people talk about the magnetic pull, right? It's more than that. It's more than that. When it's twin flame, it's unconditional love. It's constant, unrelenting pull towards another human being because you're the same. It's like missing a part of yourself. I mean, we are whole, right? We're not half a spirit. I know some people think that we're one spirit torn in half, and I don't believe that at all. We're whole spirits that come here, but we've been cut out to fit each other. So, yeah. So with this, I'm waiting for an apology. The way these twin flame connections work, usually there's one person that pushes away the other, and in doing that, they often do things that are really painful for the other person, for the person left standing. And the person left standing, you know, it's really, the ball is in the runner's court. If someone pushed you away, said hurtful things, and left you holding the bag, basically, in your relationship, it's up to them to come back and right the wrongs, really. And, you know, both people could have, in that situation, I mean, it's usually sparked off by the runner, right? The runner wants to run and they say and do things. You know, and then the chaser, the dynamic, because we're saying divine masculine, divine feminine. Usually that's how it works. Divine masculine takes off, divine feminine is off holding the bag. And, you know, divine feminine can say some things in there in her pain too. And, you know, maybe an apology is owed there as well. So I'm not saying that only one apology is owed. I'm saying that there is someone, divine feminine is what I'm hearing, in this connection is waiting for divine masculine to come back with an apology. And divine masculine has to be in the energy where he understands why that's important. And until he has an ego death, until his pride is put aside, to make right his connection, that's not going to happen. So divine feminine is standing in her truth, waiting for divine masculine to come back and say, look, this is what happened and I'm sorry. And then they can apologize to each other, but divine masculine needs to kick it off. That's just how that works. You can't go to someone and say, you owe me an apology. Is that going to work? No. The person, the divine masculine here, needs to see how hurtful what he did was, come back and say, look, I am sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you that way. I was working from hurt. I was coming from my heart and not my heart. And that's what happens so often. You're coming, you know, divine feminine triggered divine masculine. That's what happened. And then divine masculine flipped the fuck out and ran away. And in doing so, really did things to hurt divine feminine. Not just leaving her, but the way it happened. So divine masculine, in his healing journey, his healing has to come to the point where he's ready to look at himself and say, wow, what I did really was hurtful to my divine feminine. And I do want, not I owe her an apology, I want to come apologize and I want to come right the wrongs. Okay? So just know that if divine feminines are not reaching out, this is why. Divine masculine focusing on healing. Divine feminine hanging out, waiting. Not waiting in her life, but holding space for the masculine to come back with that when he's ready. Okay, so let's look at the Hidden Truth Oracle. What is hidden from you, Watcher, right now? What does your counterpart want you to know? What's hidden from you right now? A lot of divine masculines come to a certain point in their journey where they're like almost healed. Almost. And the last thing is to come forward with the apology. But they are so afraid of rejection or so afraid of having their head bitten off for the past behavior that the fear stops them. And they hang back and they hope divine feminine will just come forward and start off the conversation so they don't have to put their ego and their pride aside. Because that's the last thing for divine masculine is the pride and ego death. You know, that's even after getting out of karmic situations. Is then you go through your karmic situations, you learn your karmic lessons, you leave the karmic situation, divine masculines, and then you have to self-reflect upon the lessons you've learned and the karmic situations you've been through, what that's taught you, and who you are as a person and who you have been and who you want to be. And you have to go through the ego death. You have to go through setting the toxic masculinity and toxic pride aside to bring the apology and to start the conversation up. And once you do, you can have very equal give and take in that conversation. But right now, divine feminine had done so much chasing, going after, that she's understanding now that it's no longer her place to chase. It's no longer her place to come after you. It's her place to sit and in her healed place and wait for the apology. I want you. Watcher, your counterpart wants you. If you are afraid that they don't, this is your answer. Is there another message? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So Watcher, if when your connection ended, you thought your other person was just being cold or didn't care, here's the truth. Okay, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. That was probably the hardest thing they ever did. Hardest thing they ever did. Because you don't know all the reasons. You don't know what's in their head yet. You haven't communicated it. You've got to get to the point where you can. I want to feel that way again. The way that you felt in your connection in the early days when it was so beautiful and so perfect. You had found your home in this world. They want that back again. You're going to get one more. Is there one more in this deck? Is there one more in this deck? Yeah. Oh, there's two more. Oh, wow. I regret lying to you. Watcher, your counterpart said something that was not true to you. Maybe you lied to them, and you know that this is your energy. One of those two. Okay? You could have left this person and they said they were okay. And that was a big fat lie. You could have left this person saying you only wanted to be friends or you just didn't want them anymore. And that was a big lie. A lot of lying happening here. That has happened in the past. Part of that apology, right? I look for you everywhere. Your counterpart looks for you everywhere, in every crowd, on social media, everywhere and anywhere that they go. They think of you, they're reminded of you, and they look for you, even though it's totally illogical and they know you're not going to see you there. It doesn't matter. They still look for you. And I get a looking out vibe, like they're still waiting. They're still watching for you to come back. Like they know instinctively that someday, somehow, somewhere you are coming back. And they're actually looking for that. Have been looking for that this whole time. Okay, let's look at the messages of love oracle and see what we get from there. Messages of love for the Watcher from their counterpart. Spirit, what do we get? Is there anything here? Anything their counterpart wants them to know? New love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. I'm getting two things from this card. Some of you, in this period of separation, are finding a soulmate energy or a karmic energy that you're getting into relationship with. Whether that's temporary or permanent, I don't know. A lot of them are temporary and they're for a lesson or to bring joy into your life for a time, whatever it is. For some of you, there is new love of some sort entering your life right now. And I want you to know that it's okay. I'm getting from Spirit, it's okay. This isn't cheating. I had this in the mirror message that I just did too. Look at this week's mirror message. For some of you, your divine counterpart is getting ready to come back into your life and recommit to you. That's happening. For some of you, for a very small percentage of you, both may be happening simultaneously and you're going to have a choice. Okay? Only you're going to know what's fitting your story. Okay? Friendship. This friendship is leading to more, and this goes with the last card. You could be getting into a new relationship with a friend, someone that you're friendly with. You're definitely a friend of your divine counterpart, as in you have more than just love, you have friendship as well. And that is coming to a head. It's leading to more here soon. I'm getting in the next 6 months. I really want to reiterate, if there are people out there where they have a soulmate or a good karmic relationships, we see the word karmic all the time. We think bad, 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 right? Karmic just means it's karma coming into your life, and karma can be good or bad. So when we say the word karmic partner, we often think of someone nasty, and sometimes they really are, because sometimes you need a nasty person to teach you a lesson that you're not going to get in another way. But karma can also be good. You can have a good karmic person that comes into your life to teach you some lessons about life and love and yourself. Okay. Only you know what is good for you. You are both. If you're resonating with this reading, you're pretty far advanced in your twin flame connection. You've done quite a bit of self-work and self-healing. And you know your worth and your value now. And allowing a bad karmic partner into your situation right now, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Not for very many people. Most people are at the point in their self-development in this twin flame journey right now where you can smell a bad karmic a mile away, and you're not going to let them into your life because you learned that lesson, right? You're done with that lesson. There may be some good lessons for you to learn. Okay? All right. And this could apply for divine masculine or divine feminine. I'm getting it for divine feminines, but you know what? There is no absolute, because we are also unique and individual. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And not in a, I don't know where I got that phrase, but not in a tit for tat way. Not in you're getting into a karmic relationship, so I'll go get into another karmic relationship way. Because you know what happens when you do that? You draw out this horrendous process so much longer. You have to come into that unconditional love place for your counterpart where you would never do that. I know I would never do that. I would never get into a relationship despite my masculine. Oh my gosh. Why would I do that? And I would hope he would never get into a relationship despite me, for the happiness that I'm having in my life, or the person or people that I have in my life. If he did that, I would know that he's not anywhere near ready for me. So, I guess drawing out is what it is. Though I would hope that would never be the case. Message for the watcher from the counterpart. I need to get some water. Okay. Message for the watcher from the counterpart. 1, 2. Okay. You've done the work, and abundance flows to you now. What were we just saying? At this point in your twin flame connection, you have both done the work. You have both done an incredible amount of work. And beautiful things are going to be coming into your life now. You have built your good karma, loves. You have built your good karma. So expect good. Nice. I like that one. Let's see if there's another one. Message. That was a message from Spirit. Pretty sure. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. It just means that right now you're not in alignment yet. And again, in the mirror message that I just posted this week, we talked about this at length. This is coming together. But the alignment isn't quite there yet. It's not this week, it's not this month, but it's coming. I would say within 6 months, some communication. But, don't write that down on the calendar and then get mad if it doesn't happen, because if you set up an expectation, you're actually energetically pushing it away. Don't do that. But have some faith and hope that this different pages is not going to last. Alignment is coming. You just have to let it happen. Okay, let's get some messages from my decks. 5:38 p.m. as I do this. 538. Change. I think of those numbers. I don't know. Think about it a minute. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. I never take anything to mean nothing. I think everything's a sign. I'm awakening. I used to think nothing was a sign. Now I see that everything's a sign. I don't take anything for granted anymore. I'm awakening. Your person is awakening. They're really getting their downloads. They're really understanding themselves, their place in the universe, their place in spirituality, their place in this connection. You are my happy. Isn't that beautiful? I like that. I'm getting another deck. Let's see is there anything in this deck from the Watcher's counterpart? Anything they want them to know right now? I love it when those just sweet messages come out. Usually they're so heavy. And there's a lot of sweet messages. There's also a lot of pretty dark messages in here. I'm happy now. Oh, your person is finding their happiness within themselves. They're getting to their self-love and realizing that they can be their own happy. And that's what needs to happen before they can come to you. That's really good. Okay, so with you are my happy, coming out right before I'm happy now, they're also understanding their connection. They're understanding your connection better because they know that you are integral to their spiritual happiness at least. And they're happy now, which means that they're really making the connection. Nice. So there's another one here. Is there another one in this deck? Please hold space for me. And I talk about holding space. Holding space is being ready and willing to hear your person out when they come forward and have those conversations. Or when you come forward to them, holding space for each other because you know this is unfinished business. This is not being in waiting energy. This is not putting your life on hold and sitting around twiddling your thumbs waiting for your person to come forward or waiting to be ready to come forward to them. This is doing your life, learning your lessons, following your passions, but still holding space for the communication with your person when they come in. I trust you more deeply than I trust anyone. I really get that. Very true. Let me grab my last little deck here for the last messages. Is there a message? Okay, wow. That was easy enough. I feel most myself with you. Nice. I know now we are past life soulmates. Your person is very awake. This awakening here, focusing on their healing. They trust you. They know that you're there happy. They are happy. Please hold space for me because I'm holding space for you. I feel most myself with you. I know we're past life soulmates. Your person is in like the pre-contact phase, like really getting there. This connection, if this is resonating for you, this is ramping up to real meaningful communication. Nice. I don't see it this week. I don't see it this month, but I see it coming in the next, I would say within the next 6 months is my feeling. And it like, I don't usually set timelines like that. I don't know why I keep feeling the need to say that. It's like, have hope, do your life, feel trust in the situation, feel trust in spirit and trust in the universe. Okay, this has been your channeled messages reading for this week. I hope this resonated for you. I'm so grateful for being part of your day and part of your journey. If If this didn't resonate, check out one of the other readings. I've got a whole playlist full, and they are absolutely timeless. So when you see something pop out for you, it's for you then. This reading is for you when you reach it. It doesn't matter when I pulled it. Energy and time are fluid. All right. Thank you. If you love the content, if you're really resonating with me and with the readings, that thumbs up to the video is so valuable. Thank you so much for every single one of those. I appreciate them. They help grow the channel. They help keep me coming back to bring more free content here for you on YouTube, more guidance for you. If you hit the subscribe and the all, you'll get notifications of all my upcoming readings. I'm going to have a lot. I'm trying to do one every single weekday. And I am doing a live on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, so tune in for that. I do have a small channel. I don't know how many people will show, and I'll just be grateful for anyone that does. Thank you so much. See you next time. I love you guys.